All right, so we talked about the textbook, class computer usage. You won't be in class. Okay, the required technology. The only thing that is different with this online class than others is that by the end, you have to have a mic and a webcam, which I know both of you that are on tonight have that because the final presentation we will give online. So you'll come online and do your presentation. Okay, let's go on down. These are just the course objectives. So what are expected outcomes for this class? Use and apply the tools of social media. And probably you all are more in depth with the social media as far as using them for communication. Some of them, I know students use Instagram more than I do. There's other things that maybe, I guess Twitter's a big thing, but we do use those in this class. But we learn to use them more in the light of how to get a business, how to market a business using these social media tools, because this is the new way of marketing and it works so much better than you can post something on Facebook and it goes viral, or on YouTube and it goes viral. Well, it used to cost tons of money to market to that many people. So this, as businesses learn more and more how to take advantage of this to grow their business, that's how it can be beneficial. Okay, so the rest of this talks about my responsibility, and the two of you, by showing up tonight and doing your introduction, you've already been taken off the AW list. I have to check that really close. AW grades are due by July 7th, so everybody in the class I have to have contact with before then. Last day to withdraw is July 18th. The final project due date is Saturday, July 26th, and I'm doing these unless everybody is finished before that. That's the very last day, and since this is such a short class, even though it's on a Saturday, I go ahead and do the final presentation Saturday morning, and hopefully that won't ruin everybody's Saturday. But if we get done before that and everybody's ready, say Thursday or Friday, then we can do that then. But the last possible date is that July 26th. So here's the grading scale and the assignments. The assignments are listed on that assignment checklist, and we'll go through that. But on each of the weeks 1 and 2, it also has those assignments there. But if you want to go back and say, hey, I'm lost, I'm not sure if I've gotten them all done, that's what the checklist is for. Because sometimes as you're going through week 1 and 2, you may have missed, well, how many blog posts do I have to have? And so that checklist is the ultimate that should add up to 250 points on there, and I have it set up for you to see. Now I'm going to change some of these discussion points. You do get points for that introduction, but it was too confusing for students to post to those discussions and to post to their blogs, and they weren't sure which goes where. So we're going to do something a little different this time than what is in, than posting something in the D2L discussion. We're going to actually discuss top blog post, and you're going to get that credit for getting involved in a discussion with another student or on a professional blog that you're interested in that has to do with social media or something along those, or whatever your degree's in. Those are what those 50 points are going to come from. Then we're going to have 2 quizzes, and then the final project is worth 150 points, okay? And even if you get everything else done and you say, I have enough points to pass the class, I don't want to do the final project, you don't pass. You have to do the final project. You don't have to get everything on it done for 150 points, but you do have to present in order to pass the class. Okay, so any questions about all that on the syllabus? Go back here where I can see. How can I do the discussion? Are you talking about the intro, Destin? Not yet. Okay, well, the intro, that link should be there. Just a second. Let me go back to, if this thing will move for me. It's not wanting to move. When I said entire screen, let me get it to move over somehow or other. There it is. Okay, if we go to the home page, and right here where it says go to introduction, if you click on that, it should let you post a post to these questions, and that's the introduction that's worth 10 points. And then also there, is it not open or something, or do you see it? Let's see. Can you guys see the oh, Amber's gone. Okay. Okay, so did you see the introduction? You should be able to click on it or click on discussions and get to it. Okay. All right, so then this is also where you create your blog, and you put your blog address in here. And so, oh, I see some people have done that. Looks like Kaylee Mickles, Kira, Jesse Cook, and Cody Groff. They've all put their WordPress blog address in. So, do you have any questions about that? About your WordPress? What kind of blog do you want? Okay, this blog, I do have some samples of what I want. This blog will just pertain to social media, and your post will pertain to social media. If you go to my home, let me go back here, and oops, that wasn't what I meant. I meant to stay in the class. Okay, and you go down to, there should be an examples. Right here are some examples of ones that students have done in the past. And as you go along and you read the information in the textbook and also watch the author's tutorials, one of the very best ones is how to make an optimized blog post. And when I grade your blog post, that's what I'm going to grade on. And the first couple do not have to have anything to optimize them, which means links and images and videos, and they don't have to have all of that. But to see a really good optimized blog post, you can go to the author's tutorial on WordPress blogs, and she shows you how to create an optimized blog post. And when we meet next week, if you're having problems, hopefully you will have at least one blog post completed. And then if you have some questions as to whether that's a good post, we will look at your particular post and determine if it's a good post or not. Okay, so let's see. I wonder if any of those that they gave me, let me see if I can find. I think this is one of the, if hers is still up. Okay, this is a blog post where it has to do with, now she's added some other things. Let me see. So she's still using this, I think. Here it is. Here was her last post for this class, which was her project. But here's how to write to a playlist. She blogged on that. Bloggers of Goodreads used to set trends. This was a blog she did, blog post. This was about Pinterest. This one, it's good to be a code monkey. Now, these are some of her later ones, these have infographics. Let's see. This is probably her first one. Maybe. I can't tell if that is. What is this one? Oh, this was the one on Pucker Up for Instagram. So she did post on different ones of the social media tools that we cover. And so over here, let me get to the top, shows her archives. Let's see. Because she also used this same blog for HTML class. We had to create a blog. So here's some of her posts from in February and March. And those are probably her ones that she created for this class. But there's several other students that you can also look at. Let's see if I can get back. I didn't know it wasn't opening in a new window. It should. There we go. Let's see. Let me think. This one might be okay if it's still there. Yeah, that's her blog. There's her final presentation. Here's her badges for like Facebook. There was one that was required, the 2013 Video of the Year by Mari Smith. So also on our Facebook page, if you go out and like that page, it gives you a lot of different articles and things that you can blog on. But you should have access to this and the Facebook page. You can look at the assignment checklist to create your own. But all of these are news items that are on D2L. But here is weeks 1 and 2. Tells you click here for getting to weeks 1 and 2 assignments. Here's your reading assignments for the next couple weeks. Read the introduction, the overview of the first 2 weeks of class I will discuss every week in Wigio online sessions. Okay, in the introduction in the textbook is where all the terms are, and that's basically what the first quiz is over. Here's telling you to read chapter 3, and there's also a PowerPoint on RSS feeds in the content in D2L. View the video on RSS and get an account with a feed reader and to subscribe to some RSS feeds. So there's tutorials that tell you how to do this, and that's what, if you click on here, it should take you to that. Or no, this takes you to one of the feed readers. It used to be Google, but there's not a Google feed reader anymore. So there are others. And the only way I know that you have an account is on your final project. You'll take a screenshot of your feed reader account. And then here's what's most important for the first week. You need to read chapter 4, which we will discuss it next week online in the online session. But you're to start a blog before the second meeting. Create a blog post according to the following: choose, install, and customize a theme. Place some widgets on your sidebars and create some static pages. Create an optimized blog post including embedded links, images, and video. Customize your WordPress theme with colors and header image. Create a custom menu and create your first blog post using the following article. So the first blog post, I tell you what to blog about. Right here, if you click on this, it's taking it a minute to get there. Why is it not going? Let me see. Open link in a new window. Let's see. There it is. 6 ways. And this is a little infographic. And you can include this in your blog post. You don't have to, but it's usually a good idea. You can include just the link. But I want you to blog about that particular article. And here is the tutorial that I was talking about. Tutorial by the author of The Anatomy of a Blog Post. So before you try to write the post, you want to view this tutorial. And then we'll go over this post in the online session and make sure you're in the right track for all future posts. Be sure to look at your textbook and resources that I've posted in the content on web writing. And then at the author's textbook website, socialmediapower.com, there's a host of information here. Every day, she gives you a resource of the day that's something new. She also has this site set up. She now teaches courses that do cost. I actually took her first social media course from Drury University. And now you can see she has some of the video tutorials are all here on that link of the site. And so you can get a lot of the information that you need. Here's the WordPress tutorials that you can go through and look at prior to setting up your WordPress blog. So there's just a ton of information here. The online courses, some of them are free and some of them I think cost. Here's our WordPress.com essentials, Facebook page essentials, Twitter essentials, LinkedIn. So all of these tutorials are very beneficial. There's themes that she has created herself for WordPress. You can use those or you can use the ones that are part of WordPress. Okay, that was week 1. Here's some other things that I tell you about. A couple of good reference sites, and you don't have to join, but when you register, they send you emails with updates all the time, and it doesn't cost anything. You don't have to put a credit card in or anything just to register. And you are required to register at the Mari Smith website because she has a newsletter called Social Scoop that she stays very current on all of, especially the new, every time Facebook comes out with a change or anything like that. And then week 2 is actually reading chapter 6 and completing these following assignments. But like I said, if we go to the checklist, you can get all the 4 weeks assignments. The Evernote schedule is really just some additional stuff for you that may be a little more detailed about what's going on, and kind of some things that say we're going to meet. Please let me know when you cannot attend, and I'll try to get the link to the YouTube out there. Read chapter 3 and be ready for a discussion online, not in the discussion post. I've gone over the syllabus. I haven't opened up the assignment checklist. We can do that. And then it tells you that you can write articles from the Facebook class page. Need to be posting to your blog at least 2 times a week. The quiz number 1 will be available. Oh, that's a bad date. I didn't get that changed for some reason. Oh, here it is. It will be open, so ignore that. I need to get rid of that statement. Quiz 1 will open Friday, July 11th, 8 a.m. through Monday, July 14th. Okay, and then here's what we'll be doing weeks 3 and 4, but there's also a detailed one in the content that says weeks 3 and 4. We'll talk about that some more later on. Okay, now let me go back to you, Dustin. I guess Amber left. Do you have any questions about what you need to get started on? Did I answer your question okay about what kind of blog? You can go ahead and unmute, and I'll mute mine. Let's see. There you go. Okay, so you think you're okay?
I couldn't believe it.
It is a lot of stuff, especially for 4 weeks. But if you do one step at a time.
I think I got it.
Okay.
Are you talking to me?
Yes. Well, my daughter opened the door,
Sorry.
so I was down there. Okay, so you think you've got it, but if you'll go down one step at a time on the assignment checklist.
I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't. Oh, that's right. Ah. Okay, so if you'll just go down the assignment checklist and make sure it, but I think it's a little less intimidating and overwhelming if you go by that week 1 and 2 assignment. And that assignment checklist is more for at the end. You can go back and check off, say, oh, I didn't get that, so let me do that. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so on next week, let's see, I'm going to probably post or email that I'm going to be up again tomorrow night, but you do not have to attend unless you just want to, because you have stayed here tonight, and then I'm going to post this up too. So we'll meet again those